In this video we'll be doing a quick wrap-up of Microsoft Ignite 2023. Appreciate it was a while ago now, back in November, but we've been pretty busy, so it's taken until now to get this update done. So at Ignite in 2023 there were more than 500 sessions, 300 speakers and 200 partners looking at solutions, best practices, updates from Microsoft. So if you're interested in cloud, AI, security, productivity, collaboration, all of that is covered at Microsoft Ignite. And at the end, we'll talk about what's coming up at this year's event as well. So, yeah, hundreds of things to talk about. So picked out some highlights. There's a book of news that Microsoft published following the event, which is a really good place to go and see a summary of all of the announcements and stories and resources from Ignite. So we'll share a link to that along with this video as well. So first up, SharePoint Premium. So this is a new AI-powered solution for content management, content experiences, and getting content ready for Microsoft Copilot. It's a set of tools that can help you achieve more using AI. That's now in preview, and it's going to be generally available this year. So SharePoint Premium will help build structure, security, and governance around your content, so that Copilot has better information to leverage. And SharePoint Premium also includes content processing and content governance services and solutions. So that's new and existing capabilities from Microsoft Syntex and SharePoint Advanced Management as well. Next up is Clipchamp, so you might have already heard of it. It's a video creation and editing tool, so that's now generally available for commercial customers and is included with Microsoft 365 Enterprise, E3 and E5 licenses, as well as Business Standard and Business Premium. So Clipchamp Premium features like 4K export, some organisation branding capabilities, premium stock content, all become available as of December just gone as well. So there's going to be more premium features in the coming months, like AI powered video creation and editing as well. And you can also purchase Clipchamp independently as well if you need it. So that's video onto images. So Microsoft Designer, I'm sure everyone's seen people playing with it on LinkedIn, generating avatars and funny images and those kind of things. But there's a real set of genuine use cases there for creating images in the flow of work. So again, E3 and E5 Business Standard and Business Premium users will now get access to Designer in Edge, also Designer in Teams. So that's for creating things like announcement banners, so you can describe what you want the banner to look like. That's going to be available soon as well as Copilot for Microsoft Designer in Word, PowerPoint and Whiteboard. So embedded in the flow of work in all of those kind of productivity tools to allow us to quickly and easily generate imagery to support the content that we're creating. Next up, around kind of task management and planning. So it's always been a slightly confusing product set, in my opinion, from Microsoft there. So we've got Microsoft To Do, we've got Microsoft Planner, we've got Project for the Web. They're all being brought together in a single unified experience. It's going to be called Microsoft Planner. And this will first be available in the Planner app in Teams in spring, and then the web experience follows later after that. So what you've got there is a kind of powerful, scalable, AI-powered solution for managing tasks from simple things like a to-do list to big, complex projects, but all in a kind of uniform and consistent way. So I think a good bit of clarity there over what that offering looks like around kind of task management and planning, as well as some cool new features as well. Over to Microsoft Teams, something that we've been playing with internally, which is in preview, is going to be generally available soon as well, is immersive spaces in Teams. So an immersive space allows you to enter a mesh universe, and you can enter that as an avatar, and you can kind of move around, interact with other attendees and the content of the meeting as well. So really useful for hybrid meetings, and a really good way to engage with other attendees and the content as well without kind of distractions and things. So yeah, really useful tool, and like I say, we've found it useful internally already. Next up, some changes across the Viva suite of applications. So Viva covers lots of things from employee engagement to kind of announcements, goal tracking, etc. So Viva Amplify, which is a kind of corporate communication tool, is now adding the ability to publish from Viva Amplify to Viva Engage, which was Yammer, which is your kind of corporate social network. So the integration allows you to publish from Viva Amplify to Viva Engage communities and storylines, and also incorporate content shared to engage with reports in Viva Amplify as well, so you've got governance and sight of that, and that goes into private preview early this year. Also, Viva Goals and Viva Engage integration, which is a really important one. So Viva Goals allows us to define OKRs and KPIs that align to the organisation's mission, and we can then align those results with communities and conversations with that Viva Engage integration. So we can view goal progress and Viva Goals directly in Viva Engage, create communities to help support that and drive communication from the top down and help empower leaders. And you can also deliver praise based on goal progress and goal achievements, so again helping to drive everyone in the same direction, and that's going to be generally available in the first half of this year. Let's look at the world of data now then. So Microsoft Fabric, you might have heard that term. It's kind of a collection of existing tools with some new functionality as well. So that brings together data processing, data storage, data visualization, and there's going to be a co-pilot in Microsoft Fabric. So customers will be able to use conversational language to create things like data flows, data pipelines, generate code and even entire functions, build machine learning models, and visualize data as well, which is a key one for us. So customers will also be able to create their own conversational language experience that combines Azure OpenAI service models and their data, and then publish those as plugins. So you've got a host of really powerful tools there all being brought together in a nice, simple structure for the user, but also for admins from a kind of governance and licensing perspective as well. Next up, we've got generative AIs being extended to business user workflows with the introduction of Copilot for Sales and Copilot for Service, so two really key tools for anyone in the business applications space there. So the idea is, whether it's a sales or service context, we're giving users access to information when they need it in the flow of work through a conversational interface. Both of those Copilots are going to include a license for Copilot for Microsoft 365 as well, so that gives you access to the entire Microsoft graph. So generative AI has got access to all of your organisational data to provide insights, help accelerate decision making, create new material, all with context that's rooted in your existing data, both in Dynamics 365 but also Microsoft 365. And the Copilot for Service offerings, so that's a Copilot that extends existing contact centres with generative AI, is going to boost productivity. It's going to give agents access to solutions, whether that's in a knowledge base or SharePoint or a website, or in files, bring all of that together and introduce it into the flow of work in the existing contact centre solution. So yeah, in a few minutes you can unlock generative AI powered conversations over all of their data. So Copilot for Service will come with out-of-the-box integrations, not integration, but natively in Dynamics 365, obviously, but also integrated with Salesforce, ServiceNow, Zendesk, and can be extended with lots of other systems via the 1,000+ connectors that are now available as well. So again, talks to Microsoft's kind of open approach to these tools. Also today, Microsoft is announcing the new Copilot for Sales, which again is going to include Copilot for Microsoft 365. So we've got the power of all of those existing Copilot for Sales tools like meeting transcription, summaries, picking out actions, those kind of things, along with all of the kind of key data from Microsoft 365 to give context and additional information to all of those answers as well. And again, integration with other third-party data sources via those Power Platform connectors. So not just access to the data that's in the Microsoft universe, if you like, but we can extend beyond that as well. Sticking with Biz Apps, we've got some really great features coming to Dynamics 365 Field Service based around AI as well. So in preview now, we've got the ability in Field Service to ask Copilot questions within Microsoft Teams, again using natural language, so they can state what information they need relating to a work order, so that's status updates, what parts are needed, instructions to help them get the job done, all accessed through conversational generative AI features. In preview as well, in Dynamics 365 Field Service Mobile, technicians can get a summary of work orders, again similar things, where am I going, what do I need to do, and they can also then make updates back to the system by simply speaking to Copilot and describing what they did. And Copilot will provide suggestions to then go and update the system of record, the back office systems behind that, so that's adding notes, pictures, status updates, etc. So really cutting down on the steps involved there and increasing the efficiency of those frontline workers. Another field service update is the redesigned work order experience in the application. So if you've seen the previews, it's really great. So the next action is always readily available, whether that's making a booking for someone to go and service that work order, posting status updates after, raising an invoice, whatever it might be. It's a really slick form with some new controls on it that's really going to add value for front end and back office staff there. Another one as well, so from a licensing standpoint, again related to field service, Dynamics 365 guides, so that's the kind of augmented reality instructions, and remote assist, so that's augmented reality with a human assisting remotely, are now included with the field service license at no extra cost. So they used to be a significant additional cost on top of a field service license, but they're now all bundled in together. So yeah, users will be able to create guides, provide technicians with instructions for key tasks, and enable real-time collaboration with remote experts via HoloLens or via a mobile application as well. So yeah, really driving efficiency across the license estate there. Copilot in Teams, so in addition now to the live summarisation of notes during meetings, which is available now, Copilot's going to start to visualise spoken discussion points and organise them on a whiteboard, which is pretty cool. So we've all sat in meetings where everyone's taken lots of notes, we've then got to digest that and turn that into something visual and then work on it, again moving forward. So Copilot's going to help us do that by using that whiteboard tool. If you haven't seen it recently, Microsoft's whiteboard product has come on leaps and bounds as well in terms of what you can do with it in terms of collaborative editing and working with sticky notes and those kinds of things. So yeah, all of that's going to happen automatically with Copilot. The captured whiteboard is going to be saved as a whiteboard file accessible via Teams and OneDrive and directly from the whiteboard app as well. And then if you've got the right license, the Copilot generated summary of the whiteboard you can share as a loop component as well in Outlook, Word, Teams and more. So you've really taken all of that kind of important discussion and conversation, distilled that down and summarised it into a nice visualised interactive whiteboard, which you can then share with the rest of the organisation really easily as well. The final point as well, one from Power Pages, so that's Microsoft's tool for creating external websites for stakeholders. That's now got payment processing integration built in, so it's in preview at the moment. That will become generally available, and there's a really easy flow to set up a payment processing directly in the website with that. So yeah, that's a small snapshot of the many features and announcements that came out of Ignite 2023. I say the Book of News is a really great place to go and see a kind of snappy summary of all of that with links out to various reference points and additional reading material as well. So looking forward to Ignite 2024. It's going to be combined with Inspire. We'll be attending out in Chicago later this year in November. So if you want to learn any more about that event, or if you're thinking of coming along, reach out and give us a shout. Thank you.